we're ready to go, we'll get straight into it. Of course, joining us this evening is Marco Jansen, who would like to take the first question. Ken?
Well bowled, Marco. You seem to struggle a bit in the first innings. Is that so? And what sort of came right in the second innings for you to bowl so well?
I think I've struggled the whole game, to be honest. No, they've asked me a similar question now. I feel like I've been not as consistent as I should be, if that makes sense, regarding line and length. But yeah, that's probably part of the game. And then at the end of the day, what's important is the wickets column from a bowling perspective. But yeah, for me it was just to try and stay in the battle and not give up or not show negative body language, if that makes sense. So for me it was just, I know everything wasn't clicking. So for me it was just how can I help the team, how can I influence the game in a positive manner.
Ken, are you going for follow-up, or can we pass the mic just to Proteas there?
I do have a follow-up, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for the follow-up, then we'll
Get
get
it out
Proteas.
the way. You mentioned consistency, and just looking at the way Pakistan bowled now in this last sort of 50 minutes, does that show maybe that the Proteas attack as a whole maybe gave away a few too many runs today and yesterday, I guess, to Pakistan?
So that first half an hour period, or myself in particular, felt like the pitch was a lot flatter. The ball wasn't moving as much, where now the ball was nipping quite a bit and there was a bit of uneven bounce. So from a length, 2 or 3 balls like shot from a length and then 1 or 2 kept a bit low. But we know that happens here at Supersport Park, so it wasn't like it was something new. I just think in our first half an hour period, we were just a touch too full, a touch too short. But yeah, I think 148 or whatever the total is, I don't think that's too much on this particular pitch. If they got a 200 or 220 plus, I definitely think that would have been a lot more challenging.
Proteas?
Marco, well, you mentioned things were maybe not really clicking, and some of the balls that got wickets maybe wouldn't have got wickets on other days. Just can you tell us a little bit about that, and what it's like when you're seeing maybe not such great balls, but you're still getting the results?
Yeah, that's it's a tricky one, because you always want you train every day to hit that fourth stump or off stump line, and then on that particular length, whatever your length is. So on the day, if things aren't clicking, like I said earlier, it's not really about how you feel. It's about how you can impact the game in a positive way, whether that is just to try and take wickets or whether that's trying to keep the run rate down, because those things happen. Same thing with a batter. You play and miss, or you're not hitting the ball in the middle of the bat, then you have to find a way to perform, because at the end of the day, that's what counts, and that makes a difference in my point of view.
Was there any point in that spell where you took the 3 wickets where you felt like, okay, I'm feeling like things are clicking a little bit, or was it all just a bit hit and miss?
Yeah, when was it? Yesterday, when I got the 3-4 over spell, 3 of the 4 overs I felt good. The ball was going through nicely. I felt like I had a lot more energy on the ball. The ball was carrying nicely through to Carl, and then the last over, 2 or 3 balls didn't click as well. But yeah, like I said, I just went to bed thinking, okay, cool, how can I benefit the game in a positive way? And I would like to think I did that today.
Keenan, then Telford.
I'm Marco, well bowled. Just yesterday, you didn't take the new ball. I think you bowled the 16th over. And then today also, I think you were only introduced in the 15th over of the day. Just what, we're so used to seeing you with the new ball alongside KG. What was the thinking around that?
I'm not too sure what the thinking was around that, but yeah, for me, it's not about whether you open the bowling or whether you take the new ball, whether you first change, second change, whatever the case may be. We're all in this team to win. So wherever the captain seems fit, where he wants to introduce you to the game, that's his call and that's his responsibility, and that's what he's gonna. That's his responsibility. So it's not my place to say or to comment on where I bowl or how I bowl or whatever the case may be. My job is just to, whenever I got the chance to influence the game or get into the game. That's the only thing I think about. Yeah, it's not really. I don't, whether I open the bowling or whether I'm first change or second change. I don't really mind where that is. For me, it's just about doing my thing and winning games for the country.
Marco, you only need 121 more runs, but I think we saw the Pakistanis play their best cricket of this entire match this afternoon. What do you think, considering that they seem to be really turning it on, and I'm guessing they will do that tomorrow as well, what do you think the mental batting approach will be for yourself and the other guys?
From a mental point of view, is to be as disciplined as possible for as long as possible. Because we know that with the new ball, the ball moves quite sharply here, especially in the second innings of the game here at Supersport Park. So we knew what's going to happen. We knew that the ball was going to move around a bit. And look, the 3 wickets they got right now were 3 good balls. So it's not like we threw our wickets away. And that's not to make it seem better, but as long as they get us out with their good balls, I mean, there's only so much you can do as a batter. You can only play what you see. You can't preempt or premeditate what you want to do, because then, especially on this pitch, you're going to get yourself in trouble. So I think from a mental point of view, it's just to formulate a plan, how you want to go about it, or how you think is the best way to go about it, and then just stick to that for as long as possible. Because once the ball gets older, it gets a lot easier to bat, and it's a nice scoring ground.
What do you think this pitch will do from here?
So with the new ball, definitely going to move sideways, and then the odd ball will shoot up like we saw, and then the odd ball will also keep low. So from my perspective, if the ball shoots up, just to get your hands out the way, and then if the ball keeps a bit low, just to stay nice and tight in terms of your bat next to your pad, because I think those two are the difficult ones to keep out. The balls that move sideways, we're used to that. So I think those are going to be the challenges for tomorrow.
We're going to go Ken, and then we're going to look to Rat in front there.
Marco, you mentioned discipline when batting. How much of the kind of bowling strategy today revolved around Pakistan in the first innings seemed to be a bit ill-disciplined with the bat and quite impatient as well, and there were some sort of funny dismissals today in terms of where people were caught and that sort of thing. But how much of that was strategy preying on their impatience?
Yeah, so we know some of their batters, or most of their batters, they like to play a positive brand of Test cricket. So we know that if we stick to our lines and lengths, they might leave 1 or 2, but their tendencies are they might leave 2 or 3 or 4 balls, and then they'll go at 1. So we always knew that we're in the game, and then we always know that there's something's going to happen, especially if you string 1 or 2 good overs after one another. So for us, like it was just to keep nice and patient, and keep on that hard length, because like I said earlier, the ball tends to shoot up or keep low, and that's the challenges for the batters.
One last one in front.
Hey Marco, I just want to know, obviously any wicket is a special wicket, and at the end of the day you got 6 wickets. Can you just tell us what went through your mind when you got the wicket on the full toss? Obviously there's a few, as I said, any wicket is a great wicket, and some you remember for a long time, but some are also quite a bit of luck on your side. So what went through your mind with that one?
Yeah, so I wanted to go for the Yorker, but yeah, I obviously missed it by a shin length. But no, the plan was just to go short at the batter, because it looked like from a foolish length he committed nicely, and he was very decisive in what shots he wanted to play. So the idea was to see what he does with the short ball tactic. And once I think I bowled the first 2 balls was over the head, so you can only bowl two short balls, and then I just thought to myself, why not try a Yorker? At the end of the day, people can say what they want. He missed it, and it's a wicket, so I'm happy for that.
Great. That concludes the press conference. Thank you very much, everyone. Start on their way.
Thanks, guys.